Terrific video. I also love this picture we featured as a viewer of the day shout out in our 8 p.m. newscast. From left to right, Michelle Skolnick, Cheryl Connors, founder, Kim DePaula, Cheryl Camarado, Carolina Denhard, Betsy Hamilton, and Karen Cristiano. Don't they all look lovely? Well, 4 of them are joining us here in our studios right now. I am so delighted to have Cheryl Connors, Michelle Skolnick, Betsy Hamilton, and Karen Cristiano. Don't they look lovely? Did you all coordinate your colors?
It just always works out for us somehow.
It worked out beautifully, and welcome to our studios.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Fabulous group.
Thank you.
Now, Cheryl, tell me a little bit about this organization and why you decided to found it.
Well, it's 2 reasons actually. The first, for some reason, we always, as women, put ourselves on the back burner.
Yes, we
I don't
do.
know why.
We're nurturers like that.
Absolutely. For some reason, men have a very easy time getting together. Women, oftentimes, unless it's about someone else, that's really the reason why we get together. So I figured, instead of us trying to commit to each other, let's commit to someone else in need. And it's been working, you know. That was the first reason. And the second reason, when I was a teenager and my sister was a teenager, my father had a massive stroke, leaving him paralyzed on the left side. And a lot of people, unless you experience something like that, don't realize that it takes 24 months for permanent Social Security disability to kick in.
24 months?
24
2 years?
months, yes.
Wow.
Yes. So, and that's after you have to get documentation from the doctor. So you're sick for a while before you even start the process to get permanent Social Security disability. And I just didn't think that was fair. I feel like a lot of the entities set up to help, they're set up in a way that you have to lose everything before anyone receives assistance. Hence the term that I always use, falling through the proverbial cracks.
Exactly.
Exactly. So that really, those 2 reasons really were the reasons for finding this organization. Getting together with my girls, and like I said, because we have a reason and it's not about us, it's about someone else, we stick with our commitment of meeting. So that's really the reason.
That is so selfless. How long has your group been together?
Less than,
It's been January of 2013.
yeah, so almost a little over a year, so not that long, but we've
But you've done a
accomplished
lot in that short time, as people will
Absolutely.
find out.
Yes.
Now, for you and Michelle, though, what was that whole experience like with you and your dad?
It was very difficult.
Yeah.
It had been a week before I turned 16. She was 19, and we were left supporting our parents.
Pretty much,
Oh.
yeah.
Who's the older and who's the younger sister here?
I'm the older one. So I was 19, and you know, you grow up very, very quickly. Overnight, you become an adult, and to watch your parents struggle in the way that they did, and you know, I know how hard my dad worked for their home, and at 19 to have the pressure of trying to help them keep their house, it was a lot, but
Plus going to school.
But you know what? It made us who we are today.
It made you stronger, exactly.
And I feel like if those things didn't happen, maybe this group wouldn't exist. So I think it was...
Everything happens for
Everything
a reason.
defines who you become in life based on what happens to you, exactly.
Yes.
You can
Absolutely.
either sink or swim, as we've seen. Tell us all about the activities you all have done together as an organization.
Well, our first activities, like Cheryl said, were primarily for us to get together. We did small things initially. We made cards with love letters, inspirational cards using all of her leftover scrapbook materials to send to kids in hospitals and stuff that were fighting terminal illnesses and surgeries, and just giving them some hope, basically. Me as a coupon addict myself,
I'm with you there.
I found that the military actually can use expired coupons.
Really?
So in their bases. So I was like, what better way to help the military? They do so much for us, so let's help them. So we spent, I think it was 2 times, clipping coupons and sending them off to the organization that then disperses it to the families with the military to go shopping on their bases. So those were like our first get-togethers, and then we got bigger from there.
We have a lot more to talk about, so stay with us. More with Bad Girls, Good Deeds in just a moment. I'm Della Cruz. Today we are featuring members of the group Bad Girls, Good Deeds based in New Milford, Bergen County. Cheryl Connors, Michelle Skolnick, Betsy Hamilton, and Karen Cristiano. Now, Cheryl, how does your family history relate to the Dine for the Spine event that you held?
Well, the Dine for the Spine event benefited Cheryl Camarado, and as much as the reasons behind becoming disabled as an adult were different, she did become disabled as an adult. She has a teenage son. My father had us as teenagers. She owns a home. She was the breadwinner of the home because she's a single mom. So there's a lot of similarities with the background. Like I said, it wasn't the same disability. She has spinal fusion. She has paresthesia, broken neck vertebrae. So she was a hard-working individual, and then all of a sudden these things happened, and it's like, wow, what do I do? And now she's experiencing waiting the 24 months for Social Security disability. She doesn't want to lose her home. Her son is doing well in school. She doesn't want to leave the school districts for him. So all of those things really parallel what happened to us when we were growing up. The Dying for the Spine event really was something. We got a lot of businesses and individuals to get involved.
Including Posh?
Yes.
How did they become involved, and what's that?
Posh, Kim DePaula owns a shop called Posh, as seen on The Real Housewives of New Jersey. Yeah,
yes?
It was pretty exciting. The power of Facebook. I became friends with a person named Carolina Denhart from Bud Larner Attorney Group in Short Hills, and through networking, she is friends with Kim DePaula, and she introduced me, and then all of a sudden, before I knew it, we're having this fashion show at the Dying for the Spine. So it was exciting. You know, you never know who you're going to meet, who's going to be interested in helping, and I just feel like our organization is growing. I mean, we started from clipping coupons, and now we're hosting these huge fashion shows with people from the Real Housewives of New Jersey.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
Michelle, what cause had a significant meaning to you, and why?
Ryan's reason. He's such a cute kid. He was a year old, a little over a year old when we had the event. He was born without the piece that connects the two hemispheres of his brain, so he has a lot of developmental delays. I work in early intervention. His parents, Sarah and Rich, they got him started in EI, and I knew right away EI was going to help him get to where he should be eventually. As a mom, I have a daughter, 4 years old. I incorporated her in every little bit. We went shopping for little things. She would ask me, why, who are we getting it for? And I told her it's about for a little boy, a little baby. Why are we getting it? Oh, because he needs it and stuff. And just, she loved him. She played with him. She called it his birthday party. She was in awe of him. I love Sarah and Rich immediately. I became friends with them on Facebook. Again, power of Facebook. We were friends on Facebook for a month before the event, and you could just see how much dedication they were to Ryan. They posted videos and pictures of him all the time to show the improvement and anything going on in their lives. And just seeing them for the first time at the event, walking down the street, their eyes were in awe.
I bet they were.
They were completely surprised, basically by strangers, because it was
And you all
in
are no
North
longer
Jersey.
strangers, yeah.
Oh, we're like family now. But everyone basically in attendance was strangers, and we did so much for them, and they were just in awe. They would share, like, and everything, our Facebook posts. It was a wonderful event. And then even a donor at the Dying for the Spine, they actually bought Sarah and Rich tickets to go for their first night out after Ryan was born. So it took a year and a half, but Sarah and Rich had a night out.
Finally.
Finally.
Now, I want to bring you two ladies in on this conversation. Betsy, can you tell me a little bit about the For Jock cause that you're involved with?
The event for Joss, her name's Jocelyn, and Jocelyn and I met through early intervention, working together about 8 years ago. She's a speech therapist, and her and I just hit it off. Amazing woman, great speech therapist. She came to visit me in the hospital after I had my third child, and she was complaining about a back pain she was having, and she was going for physical therapy. A month later, she sent out her husband actually sent out the email saying it wasn't a back problem, it was actually cancer. It's breast cancer, hers too, an aggressive cancer that had spread. So when we were talking as a group about activities what were important to us, that was what was important to me, was to help her and her family. So we created an event. We had dinner, drinks, dancing, music by laser records, disc jockeys, and we had a photographer actually who comes to all of our events photograph it, which we were so happy to have it. Brett's Fire Photos took pictures for us, which was fantastic. We have the memories, and it was just a wonderful night to have for a friend that was in need.
Well put. We'll be right back with much more. Stay with us. I'm Della Cruz. My guests today belong to the group Bad Girls Good Deeds based in New Milford, Bergen County. Shoal Connors, Michelle Skolnick, Betsy Hamilton, and Karen Cristiano. Karen, I understand that one of the first events had a special meeting for you. Tell us all about that.
Yes, Della. In 2009, my son was placed on the autism spectrum, and as a parent, you just want answers. You're up late at night, you're reading medical journals, you're talking to everyone you know, you're talking to doctors, looking at every website you can possibly find, because you want to know why would this happen to my child, why my baby boy? And so a friend of mine who also has a son that's autistic, she was part of Walk Now for Autism Speaks. And so she took the walk and posted it all over Facebook. And I said, you know, that's a great idea, because if you're not an advocate for your child who is, and you need to fight to find people to research. And
like Jenny McCarthy and so many other people.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
So we decided to host a yard sale, and we had a drop-off day first. And during the drop-off day, people in our network, our friends and family, we posted signs everywhere in the newspapers. We had Facebook posts, Twitter, everything we can do, text messages, come to support us. And it was great. We had antique items, jewelry, and we had a drop-off day first, and then the second event was the actual sale day, but we had fun with it. We basically just hung out outside, had some music playing. People had their children there, face painting. We did so much that day, just hanging out all day. And we actually raised over $1,000 for Autism Speaks.
Wow.
So, but it's also special for me because my son was there to join and see what was going on. He's made a tremendous amount of progress. He has wonderful teachers in the school that he's at. But Cheryl, our bad girl,
I love the picture.
is Wilson's first therapist. So it was she who brought me to Bad Girls Good Deeds. And also it was she who inspired me to make a difference, because she's a fighter. She fought to get everything for Wilson and every service that he could possibly have, and the best of people that we could find to work with him.
I was wondering how you and Betsy found out about the organization.
Yeah.
Word of mouth?
Well, actually, Cheryl and I had our first case together, oh my gosh, I want to say 14 years ago.
Longer than that.
Way longer than that.
Yeah.
But yeah, our first case together ever was a long time ago, and we've just stayed friends, although I'm not working for early intervention anymore. We still have stayed friends, and I love this group. It's wonderful to be able to do such good things with good people.
And give back the way you do.
Yes.
Our kids,
Yeah.
they come along too when we meet. Our kids, they are all friends and stuff, and
I'm
they're
auntie
along.
to everyone.
We're all learning at an early age to get involved and give back and care about others on this planet. Speaking of caring about others on this planet, and a little boy with autism you're working with, Joey. Tell
Well,
us about that too.
I haven't worked with him, but we're going to be holding an event for him, and I'm hoping to raise money to get him more services, so maybe I will work with him or get someone else to work with him. His name is Joey. He's 3. He does have autism, but he also has 3 holes in his heart when he was born. One of them did close. The other 2 are still there, and what's very dangerous is blood is shunting into one of the holes.
How old is
So
he?
he's 3.
Oh dear.
Yeah. So what happens is his oxygen levels can drop, especially when they're IVing, and so it puts him in a very dangerous situation that he potentially could die. But his parents really are very, very active. They have him in Special Olympics and all sorts of programs, socialization programs. But there was significant financial issues that they're dealing with right now because the father, who was the breadwinner, got laid off. I believe construction is a very hard time right now.
And those medical expenses will add up.
Exactly.
So they're going to need all the help they can get.
They need the help. So we're making a plea to any business or individual. We'd like to host an event for Joey called Joey's Jamboree. We discussed it, and we'd like to do something like at a Bounce U or a Jamboree. We want it kid-friendly because we're educators. We understand how to work with children of all ability levels. So we want parents to feel comfortable coming to this event. It doesn't matter if your child has a disability or not. We want everyone included. We want the parents to come and mingle, but we want businesses to come forward. We've been very lucky, like we've talked about. Brett's Fire Photos always helps us and does all of our photography. We have Lil Bottoms and Ties that donates door prizes, these little costumes. Custom Design Nintendo's always donates. We have a lot of different donations that have come to us in the past. I'm sure they'll come through again, but we really need some sort of business that we can host the event somewhere. So I'm hoping that they can find us on our website, badgirlsgooddeeds.com, and shoot us an inbox on Facebook and let us know who's available to work with us.
And I'm sure they're out there. You heard it. More right after the break. Ladies, tell me all about your Good Deed Doer contest.
Well, Della, we have our Facebook page, and it's a contest held monthly where a nominator picks someone that they know from the community that has done a good deed, whether big or small. It could be a police fan, it could be someone selling lemonade or something like that, and they nominate them. Whoever has the most likes, they get a gift card themselves, as well as the person that nominated them. So it's a way to pay it forward and
definitely.
to encourage people to do good deeds.
And you all have a pretty active social media community.
We have a very, very active Facebook page. And what's nice about our Facebook page, when you compare it to other pages, a lot of people have likes, but they don't have active engagement. I can throw out on Facebook that a family needs help, and the next day have people at my doorstep dropping off food, gift cards, all sorts of things, offering to pay people's oil bill. I mean, and it's constant. They're constantly commenting on things, sharing things, inviting their friends to our wall. So it definitely, we do have an active Facebook community, and I think it's a way for people to socialize because a lot of people have busy schedules. So you're working, you have your home life, but this also gives not only women, but we also have men that are commenting on our Facebook wall. It gives everyone a way to pay it forward and recognize other people that are doing good things.
And a lot of people want to do that. They want to do something that means something in their lives.
Exactly.
Final thoughts, ladies?
I think basically it's about pay it forward.
It is, yes.
Yeah, I mean, Betsy can talk about the pay it forward that
Right,
Jocelyn.
when we did the event for Ryan's Reason, Jocelyn had called me and asked if I would come take her to go shopping for Ryan. So she, she was very happy with what we did for her, and she paid it forward by buying diapers and wipes and supplies for Ryan.
So you're saying one benefactor helped another benefactor?
Yes.
Oh my God.
And that's what we're about. We're about helping each other, helping the community, and helping whoever we can.
And once somebody becomes involved in an organization, it's not like once the event is done that we're done engaging with them. For example, Michelle talked about when the Mormacks came to the Dine for the Spine event, we still include them. I had a business buy their ticket, and we always pay it forward. It was a way for them to have advertising. I believe it was Vortex Car Audio Systems or something, but we posted on Facebook, and it was a way for them to advertise and for the Mormacks to get out for the first time.
This has been wonderful. Cheryl Connors, Michelle Skolnick, Betsy Hamilton, Karen Cristiano. I've enjoyed talking to all of you today.
We love you.
Please.
We love
Okay. We need more of that. Pay it forward, give it back. Lots of love here in the Jersey community. I'm going to shut up because you all are going to make me cry here because of what you're doing, okay? And if you'd like to find out more about Bad Girls Good Deeds, log on to social media or news12.com and definitely their Facebook page. I'm Della Cruz, New Jersey. The spotlight is on you. Don't you love it?